guys, I'm back again. I'm Krithika Kumar and I am a psychology student in my freshman year. And so this is my video again. Well, I'm back after a little longer than I would have wanted to, but here we are. So today, guess what? I'll be sharing a book with you all. It's called Only Love is Real by Dr. Weiss. So I love psychology. I also love literature. And this book, guess what? It's also um, it also talks about psychology, right? Because this is about past life regression therapy, and it's about real people. That is super exciting. If you have, or if you ever come across a book that talks about real people, it really stands out because those are real experiences that have been, written into a little book that you get to read anytime you want. It's an absolutely incredible book, you guys. I would strongly recommend it, and my sister had recommended this book to me, so I'm eternally grateful for that. Before I get into anything, this is the first thing that I do when I'm trying to pick any book from a store or something, or from a library for that matter. Like, I read the back of it to obviously know what the book is about, because there's always a little gist right in the back of the book, and there are also a couple of reviews from sources that are reliable, like there are reviews from different journals, there are reviews from different people who are also possibly authors or related to the field that the book is written about. So I have 3 reviews written at the back of this book, which are by authors of different books that also talk about past lives. So this book talks about past lives. That is, oh my god, I kind of lost my head when I got a hold of this book, because it's something I've always wanted to know. I used to, when I was little, like when I was like 10, 11, I used to watch these shows that like had people coming in, and like there would be these psychiatrists who would take them to their past lives to see if that had any connection in their present life problems or issues or obstacles that they're dealing with, right? That they can't get over. It's almost like a healing therapy. And I just realized after reading this book that it's real. Like, it blew my mind. I was like, my life hasn't been a lie. It was like a conviction. It was like, if someone walks up to me now and asks me, like, do you believe in past lives? I'm gonna be like, yeah, hell yeah. Like, do you know only love is real? Go ahead and give it a read. So that's what I'm gonna answer if someone walks up to me, asks me that question, like right now. So yes, Only Love is Real is written by Dr. Weiss, a psychiatrist who's also a past life regression therapist, and so it's a incredible book, you guys, and it's about 2 real people who are soulmates, who are lovers, who travel through different lifetimes, and they will always stuck onto each other, and in this lifetime, they come together as well. And the way they come together is so beautiful. You want to read that. I'm not going to talk about that, of course, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about what this book is really, dealing with. So all Brian Weiss is trying to say is that for every single person out there, there are special people for you. They may be 2, 3, 5 to 10, right? You might never know. They even could be just around you, right? They might be your parents, they might be your siblings. They don't have to be your romantic partners. They could be your closest friends, or they could be friends you've known for the longest. So do you ever have this feeling that once you see a person, you feel like you've known them for a long time? I'm sure you all might have had that experience. And I believe that's meaningful. If you ever feel that way, that is meaningful. That's definitely a meaningful thought. So, yeah, just something that I believe in on a personal level. And also, if you watch my previous videos, you know for a fact that I don't live in one place for more than 3 to 5 years. So At this point though, I'm kind of used to missing people. Like I know I'm not gonna see these people again. Um, like I have a set of people from every place that I lived in that I miss every single day when I have a memory or a dream about them, and I'm like, oh my god, can we go back in time, please? Um, like those were the days. Like I'm not even 50 or like 60 yet, but I already have these thoughts. So yeah, interesting, right? So past lives are so amazing, so incredible. And so before I get into anything, as I said earlier, I don't know why I keep talking, I'm gonna go ahead and read the back of this book. So let's see what it says. So we all have a soulmate, someone who's super special to us. In his book, Psychiatrist and Past Life Therapist, Dr. Brian Weiss describes the extraordinary case of two of his patients, Pedro and Elizabeth, whose shared lives and lifetimes unfolded quite separately in his office. Could they have loved and lost each other across time? Dr. Brian Weiss explains that you may be awakened to the presence of your soul companion by a look, a dream, a memory, a feeling. Finding and reuniting with your soulmate will bring you profound bliss and happiness, safe in the knowledge that you're together always to the end of time. That is absolutely wonderful. Oh my god, just having to think about this is so amusing. So there are also a couple of reviews, right? So I can give those a read as well. So Dr. Raymond Moody, who's also the author of Life After Death, he says that it's a gripping love story that transcends time as we know it. Only love is real, takes us on a journey of special love shared by two who continue to be together in many lifetimes. This makes you truly believe that we all really do have soulmates and that only love is real. And there's another review by John Borysenko, who is also the author of Fire and the Soul, and he says that psychiatrist Brian Weiss parts the veil between the worlds and gives us a glimpse of the true beauty of the human soul, its growth in relationships, and the ultimate reality of love is both the source and completion of our journey. Amazing. And the last review is by Bernard S. Siegel, who's also the author of Medicine and Miracle, and he says that it's a fascinating story that will open your mind and explore the mystery, wisdom, and wonder of life and love. Oh my god. I can read this book over and over again and just not ever get tired of it. It's so amazing. I would highly recommend it to anybody who's a literature lover and also a psychology lover. Like, yo, just go ahead, read this book. This is only for you. So yes, as I said, this is about past life regression therapy, right? So let's get ahead and talk about what past life regression therapy is. So, past life regression therapy is obviously where you are digging back into your past lives or incarnations with the help of a professional, right? Notably a psychiatrist or a hypnotherapist, or because you are obviously traveling back with hypnosis, right? So, and also, there are several factors that will determine the effect of your recollection and also to what extent you're able to remember certain incidents than others. And also, what kind of person you are, right? For some people, obviously, individual differences will always will creep in, right? So I believe on a personal level, people who are used to, um, getting over hurdles, obstacles, or whatever issues or problems they come across super easily, like they don't take it as in they're overwhelming, they just like get across it in no time. I believe it's just a hypothesis. I believe that for those people, like recollection or recalling their past lives is gonna be a little harder than those who are emotionally even more like sensitive. uh, I fit into that category, like where I'm sensitive. Like the I overthink all the time, every single time. People who know me, like I question them so much with whatever I do. Like, do you think it's okay? Do you think it's all right? Can I do it? So yeah, I'm that kind of person. So I'm definitely highly sensitive, and I'm definitely a person who would fit into the second category. So yes, and that's a hypothesis, you guys. That's just something that I came up with. I thought could apply. Um, but well, I just want to make this the point that individual differences will creep in. And for some people, psychotherapists who are into this therapy of past life regression, where they're trying to heal people with their present issues and problems, they will recommend Zen music, or they'll recommend, they'll kind of come up with these key questions or statements that act as triggers to make you travel back to your past lives, right? So there can be different triggers for different people because of individual differences. And most people, it's said that most people, can trace back to your past lives in just 15 minutes or even lesser than that. But there are people who may take 45 minutes or even an hour or even days to get back to their past life, right? So it really is because everybody is different, everybody's minds function differently, they have their own rules and regulations, and they'll only listen when you want to make your minds listen, right? When you bring your mind to your own control. So it's definitely gonna take a lot of time for some people. Uh, so yes, and also, who believe, I also heard that people who usually believe in these ideas where past lives are true, and people who say that, I definitely might have had a past life, and that's why I'm the person I am today, or whatever. It said that for those people, past life regression therapy should be highly recommended by a psychotherapist. And it makes sense, right? If you're already a believer of a certain technique, well, go for it. It might work for you. You never know, right? So I definitely agree to that one. So yes, if you are a believer, give it a shot if you need it. So yes, and I also, before I sum up, I also want to say that um, losing someone can really make a significant mark in your lives. Um, and I don't know why, it's so strange and funny that most of us like don't realize the worth of people until they're gone, and we only hold strong and stronger and stronger and stronger and sticks day by day. That, thinking I could have been the cause, or I could have done something about their deaths or something like that. So the souls that you lost super early, don't worry, they might come back in your next lives if you believe in incarnations and multiple lives. So yeah, just something I thought I could share. And I also want to share one last thing. So if you have the book, like the hard copy of it, you can go ahead and read it. Like before every chapter in this book, like there's a little paragraph given out about past lives by different people, different psychologists, different psychiatrists, different authors who share their perceptions and with the knowledge that they have about past lives. It's so interesting, right? It's an absolutely beautiful addition to this book. So I chose the one from chapter 2 by Carl Jung. So those of you who are into psychology know who Carl Jung is. He's a great Swiss psychiatrist who made absolutely, incredible additions to this field. So he talked about archetypes, he talked about what the factors that distinguish an introvert from an extrovert, with, where he listed 4 characteristics: thinking, feeling, sensation, and intuition. And these are the 4 qualities that definitely help in distinguishing an extrovert from an introvert. And he also talked about the existence of collective unconscious and so on. So he is an absolutely honorable gentleman in this field. So yes, he says that my life as I lived it had often seemed to me like a story that has no ending and no end. I had the feeling that I was a historical fragment, an excerpt for which the preceding and succeeding text was missing. I could well imagine that I might have lived in former centuries and then encountered questions I was not yet able to answer, that I had to be born again, because I had not fulfilled the task that was given to me. This is what Carl Jung says about past lives. So it's so interesting to hear other people's opinions about past lives, if they really think it's true or not. Because if you want to go ahead and Google about past life regression therapy, obviously there are going to be, opinions that would say, "Are you kidding? It's not science. It's not reliable, unless you believe it." So it's all very subjective. If you believe it, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. So it's all on you. I, on a personal level, do believe in past lives. Yes, I do. I don't know if it's scientific or not, but I definitely do believe in it. So, yeah, here we are. This is what I wanted to talk about in this video. Essentially, I just really, really hope that you guys can give it a shot. It's an absolutely beautiful read. Definitely worth it for your time and energy. It'll definitely pay off. And if you're already interested in exploring, and understanding more about past lives, this is definitely a go-to read. Only Love is Real by Dr. Weiss. So yes, thank you so much. If you stayed this far, it really means a lot to me. So yes, have a really good day, and souls are absolutely amazing. The connections, the bonds, the relationships we hold with other people will stick for lifetimes. Indeed. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.